all like to cut loose and have a couple. And then maybe even a couple more. As girls, we are taught to watch our backs and more importantly, our drinks. This is the dark reality of having a good time for a girl, knowing that danger is always lurking. According to statistics though, being roofied or drugged at a party is actually not as common as girls fear. Maybe it's because of the amnestic effects of the drug, or the fast rate at which the drug levels decline in the body. Or maybe we are just getting too drunk for our own good and blaming it on the rickroll. We wanted to challenge this and find out what the stats on the streets are. And more importantly, find out how these very dangerous drugs work. Why do you want to see me pour them, Ricky? Do you doubt my ability to? What? Fine.
I just don't want to get roofied.
Keep it safe. I like that. I like that.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Some beautiful stranger once taught me how to drink a tequila so that I don't vomit. You lick the salt and you take a really deep breath. Then you shoot and then you breathe out the fumes because those are the ones that make you wanna, so you gotta go.
You need to try that one. And I heard there's another one where you gather all the saliva in your mouth, you're like...
Really?
I don't think it works.
The breathing helps.
That's when you know. Run!
All right,
Sorry,
moving on from very important tequila shooting facts.
Conversations.
Hi, my name's Corinne and I've been roofied. So when I got roofied, it was like a year ago and I'm 30 now. So I was like, obviously I'm on my shit. No one's gonna ever roofie me because it hasn't happened yet.
Grown women.
You're responsible.
I'm on my shit.
You know?
I mean, even now I'm like, was I really roofied? But I wasn't drunk. I had 2 shots and a beer, so there's no way.
No.
I know I'm supposed to tell a story, but it's hard to...
Recollect because of the roofie. Yes.
I know at some point we all went inside to refresh our drinks and I was standing at the bar and I was like, I don't want to talk to any of you right now at all. I want to go home now. And people ignored me and they were like, it's you, please. I really just want to go home.
One of my friends, we were down in like Margate of all places, you know, kind of at one of the matric kind of rage times of the year.
How old were you?
I was 22.
You were in Margate during matric rage at 22.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, let's retake. I was 19. We ordered a round of drinks and it was all kind of like whiskeys and beers and then there was one cocktail left over. And the way that we kind of perceived it is that this guy must have assumed that the cocktail left over was meant for this friend of mine's girlfriend. He was just suddenly like super wasted and he came over to me and he was just like, Rick, I feel amazing. You know, and we were just like, what's going on? Like, you know, we having some light drinks in the sun, like no one's supposed to be that shit-faced at this stage. And all of a sudden, he just like degraded from being like, this is the best day of his life, down into just total not actually knowing where we are. And he was like, no, we have to leave the bar. So we took him, and while we were walking there, some police pulled up, you know, just to make sure that everyone was safe, and he just started fighting with them. But he was like, nowhere in his mind was he himself.
It's girls that are getting roofied because guys are trying to take advantage. And then, you know, we're trying to play this whole equality thing, but then you look at, girls are not doing that to guys. So what are you guys doing?
So I think that the general perception is that guys don't get roofied, it's the girls. But guys do get roofied, but not for sex. They get roofied so that it's easy for women to rob them of their money. Which is, it's the same thing, but it's kind of a different issue.
It's a little bit smarter, like... But yes,
I'm
okay,
told
yes.
that you have a very interesting roofie story.
Well, I was working as a stewardess on yachts. What happened this one night, we were in Monaco for the most time. So we would like just go and have drinks on the Grand Prix track. I was walking back to the boat and then the police car came and they put me in the car, vomited all over the police car. And then the police called the ambulance. And then the ambulance came.
Gee, that's really nice.
Yeah, like, I know, right? First of all,
That was not here.
Like that.
That's not the thing.
I'm not here. Not here.
So I woke up in this bed, I'm wearing like no clothes, you're wearing the hospital vibe clothes, and I'm like, where the hell am I? Like, am I still in Monaco? Am I in France? I don't know where I am.
That's hectic.
So I'm like, I need to go to the toilet. But I have like drips on me, so I'm like, checking the drips to the toilet. I'm like, I feel up right now. The doctor came and I was like, what happened? I was spiked. I know I was spiked. I had 2 drinks, 1 shooter. You can ask any person, I was spiked. So she's like, your alcohol level was 2 point something.
Whoa.
Which is where you apparently supposed to, you can die.
Yeah, that's hardcore. Yeah.
Yeah, like you can die from that. The doctor said to me, apparently they have a lot of cases in Monaco where people are getting spiked, and it's with something. What it actually does is it just kicks up your alcohol limits. So even if you have one drink.
So it just looks like you've had like 300
yes.
tequilas.
So if you have 1 drink, basically make that alcohol turn into like a bottle of tequila in your system. So that's the thing that they're doing there.
I haven't been roofied. Oh, thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. I haven't been roofied. I have, however, blacked out quite a few times. I'm sorry, Mom. I know you told me better. I was at one occasion where my brother's coming back from the mountain and everything, so it's celebratory and all of that kind of stuff. But this guy was like, come on, keep drinking, keep drinking, keep drinking. Yo, it's a celebration. Ended up blacking out. When I wake up, my sister is standing on top of me and she's like, apparently you guys got pickpocketed and like someone was searching your pockets and whatever. And of course, my phone had gone and stuff like that. So it's not necessarily being roofied, but at the same time, the use of alcohol, and because your inhibitions and everything else, your walls are down, all that kind of stuff, you're more susceptible to actually be taken advantage of.
Though it's still being used, Rohypnol is kinda hard to find. These days, the drugs being slipped into your glass of bubbly are primarily GHB, or liquid ecstasy, zolpidem, scopolamine, and a few lesser-known benzodiazepines. Once the substance is ingested through the mouth, it is digested and absorbed in the gastrointestinal tract, passes through the liver and is carried to the brain through the circulatory system. The drug is then carried through the circulatory system to the cells. Most absorption occurs within 5 to 30 minutes, but is not completed for up to 6 to 8 hours. The molecular structure is similar to that of neurotransmitters, and it basically takes on the action of the naturally occurring gamma-aminobutyric acid, which stimulates sedation, relaxation, drowsiness, and depression. Combined with alcohol, though, the drug has an additive or synergistic effect, which basically means 2 or more drugs combine to produce an effect greater than the effect of either drug taken alone. Once in the system, the drug mimics the action of a neurotransmitter and activates or occupies the receptor to prevent the neurotransmitter from activating it, which, long story short, affects the brain's ability to receive, process, and respond to information by carrying impulses, which in turn affects your sensory nerves and motor nerves, which is why you end up falling down like a fool. Okay, that makes sense, but we still wanted to see firsthand what a roofie trip looks like. So we conned Corinne and Lee into taking some. I'm scared, but I am reassured that there is a doctor present. I'm pretty sure we're gonna live through the night.
Corinne's definitely gonna fall asleep, and I might as well. I'm gonna try not to, though.
Am I alive? You're alive.
Am I good? Alive? Excellent.
If I wasn't paying that much attention,
I wouldn't see it.
I wouldn't see that.
I can't see it
Really?
now.
Yeah.
I just want to do a shout out and say, do you feel high yet? Do you feel different yet? No. How do you feel?
I feel fine.
How do you feel, Corinne?
I feel fine for now.
Do both at the same time, right?
No,
It was left foot.
Both left foots
both of
on
my left
green.
feet.
Yes, I need both of your left foots.
That's not how it works, yeah?
I knew drunk was going to win this party. I must put this down before I step. Give it to your sober friend. That's the right foot now. Oh, that's Masoni. Drunk still knows left and right. I'll do that. Yes. Let's move
I
this
think
along.
we've ascertained we can play Twister at this level of intoxication. Left foot blue.
I feel heavy.
Left foot.
That's all I can do.
You might be slightly motor impaired, but I don't think rape is on the cards
I think
Yeah.
you guys think I'm doing okay. I'm like not interested in your bullshit right now because I don't feel right. But you seem fucking fine.
yet. No, I'm fine.
Why?
I don't know, maybe the second pill didn't dose me as hard as I thought it would.
Maybe if you were in a club, would you have left the herd now to go to the bathroom?
What if someone had come and tried to help you away from the herd? Would you have accepted their help?
Don't ask questions. I think I need to go have a bomb for real.
Did you have a vom? Yeah. So the roofie's probably out of his system now.
I know, worst day ever. Can we sobriety test you quick? I can do everything.
In fact, I am gonna go throw up again.
Oh, shit. Okay. No, fuck this. I can't blame girls. I've had how much to drink?
Would you
I'm
like
like,
to know?
yeah, bruh. This poor woman's dead. She's had a drink.
It's very difficult to talk back, to respond, I guess.
Which is good, because I've been trying to teach you not to talk back.
That's on camera.
After being roofied, I just felt hungover. It was so like, how could this actually have happened? It was so bizarre for me. We were all there together, and these people that were next to us seemed so nice.
First of all, the emotions I felt after having woken up and not known what really happened is, where the hell am I? There's an element of embarrassment because I'm not really sure what I did the night before.
Personally, it was the most traumatic thing I've ever felt. I was in a country far away from home and I felt so like ashamed because I thought I was gonna get fired. I looked like this really drunk, stupid girl.
He was like, "Ah!" Worst day ever. Yeah, like it was literally 3,000 times a hangover that we've ever had before. I don't think we would ever get there if he was feeling the feels, but you know, it was a heavy morning.
Stats are not only tricky to find on the date rape drug, but also slightly questionable. In South Africa, only 1 in 20 rapes is reported. It is safe to assume that even less cases of being drugged are reported. We aren't saying run down to your local police station every time you have a hangover from hell, but it would be great to know the truth. How many people do you know who've been roofied? Both men and women?
A handful of guys, but when it comes to women being roofied, I know a lot, like in excess of 20. Actually, most women I know have been roofied.
And how many people do you know?
Well, because most of my friends are alcoholics.
That's a general, I think, feeling around this table.
I'm not sure, but probably about 7 girls.
Well, I'm fortunate enough not to know of anyone who's been roofied, and if they were roofied, we actually didn't realize, and I was out with them. I'm usually that guy who's like, hey, you're not going with that guy, you know, type of thing. So
High
I'm
five.
No. I'm very protective. I'm very protective about people around me, people who are my friends and stuff like that.
And I think this is probably part of the reason why so many cases are not reported. Because
Yeah.
Because you just
maybe
like,
I'm just
shit.
being a wuss and I was just really drunk. I don't know.
Exactly.
Because statistics are so bad. Just like rape cases, statistics are very bad because people don't report it. But like me and everyone I know, we didn't report it because if I did, what would happen? Nothing.
And who would you trace it back to?
What's
Is
going to
another
happen
thing.
if I now go and take my own personal time to go to the police and say I've been roofied? What will they do?
And how will you prove it? Because
That's the
sometimes
crime.
it's undetectable, like you were saying.
So there you have it. Hopefully you know more. We certainly do. And remember, the best defense against predators is to roll in a pack and have your friends back.